The automotive world is currently experiencing a significant upheaval that few could have foreseen. This video will delve into the unfolding car market crash, exploring the reasons behind it, its implications for both new and used vehicles, the electric vehicle market's turbulence, and the factors driving these changes. The car market's current state is a stark departure from the soaring prices and high demand we've witnessed in recent years, and it's a story that deserves a closer look. At the core of this market turbulence lies a complex interplay of factors. The recent Forbes report that revealed a staggering 42% price drop in some new car models this year sent shockwaves through the industry. This abrupt decline in prices serves as a stark reminder of the classic narrative in finance. When an asset class experiences a rapid surge in value, a bubble forms. In the context of the car market, this bubble burst due to several factors, including supply chain disruptions, work stoppages affecting car plants, and a fundamental shift in consumer demand. The disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, with its factory shutdowns and semiconductor chip shortages, seemed to be behind us. Car production had rebounded, and new car inventories had recovered from previous supply chain issues. However, despite these improvements in supply, demand had dwindled considerably. Consumers were not rushing to dealerships as they once did. The result? Car manufacturers had no choice but to slash prices at a pace not seen in a decade. In the midst of these market dynamics, another element emerged: labor strikes. The United Auto Workers, UAW, strikes forced major players like Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis to temporarily close some of their plants. Initially, this fueled concerns that the strikes might extend the new car bubble's life in the short term. However, as time passed, it became clear that a prolonged stoppage could ultimately lead to a more significant price crash once production resumed. The good news, as revealed by Cox Automotive Research Manager Rebecca Rzuski, is that the worst may be behind us. Despite the labor unrest, current inventory levels suggest that a short-lived strike is unlikely to significantly impact consumer prices, at least in the near term. This insight provides some stability in an otherwise uncertain market. After the turmoil of the past few years, the automobile market is starting to find its footing. New vehicle pricing trends are showing signs of stability. However, this stability comes with its own set of challenges. Dealers and automakers are feeling the pressure of high auto loan rates and growing inventory levels. The days of relentless price increases for new vehicles seem to have come to an end. According to data from Yahoo Finance, the slowdown in both the new and used car market is intensifying. For the first time in nearly 3 years, inflation has outpaced the growth in new car prices. This shift is significant because it marks a turning point in the market's trajectory. Just months ago, we witnessed new car prices breaking the $50,000 barrier. Experts anticipated further price gains due to robust demand. However, the landscape has shifted dramatically. The average car payment has reached historic highs, forcing potential buyers to either delay their purchases or reconsider them altogether. To put things in perspective, buying a new car now requires an astonishing 42 weeks of income, a sharp increase from the pre-pandemic figure of around 33 weeks. The deteriorating affordability is causing demand for new vehicles to plummet. As of August 31st, the average transaction price of a new vehicle had already declined by nearly $2,000, according to Kelley Blue Book. Cox Automotive Executive Analyst Michelle Krebs characterizes this situation as the field of dreams moment. Automakers are producing more cars, but consumers aren't showing up in the numbers expected. This imbalance between supply and demand is creating a market that is finally returning to equilibrium. While these developments primarily focus on traditional vehicles, the electric vehicle market is also experiencing its share of turbulence. A closer examination of the EV market reveals an even more dramatic story. The Tesla Model S, an icon of electric vehicles, faced a staggering 42.1% price crash from $73,751 to just $42,669 in 2023. Similarly, the Kia EV6 plummeted by 32.7%, dropping from $63,939 to $43,035, while the Ford Mustang Mach-E suffered a 32.1% price decline, falling from $65,176 to $44,250. These price cuts aren't isolated incidents. They represent a broader trend within the EV market. In 2023, electric cars are witnessing some of the most substantial price drops in years. The fervor that once transformed EVs into sought-after commodities has waned, and battery-powered vehicles are struggling to hold their value. Cox Automotive reports that the average average transaction price for new electric vehicles has already decreased by 20%, down from $66,390 to $53,438. What is driving this dramatic shift in the electric vehicle market? Several factors are at play. The turmoil began in the first quarter of the year, when Tesla, the flag bearer of the EV movement, announced substantial price reductions on its models, cutting prices by up to $13,000. Other automakers found themselves facing similar challenges, prompting a wave of price cuts for electric vehicles. Volkswagen, a prominent player in the EV market, publicly acknowledged the disappointing performance of its electric segment. Executives cited a clear drop in orders for electric models, highlighting consumers' reluctance to embrace electric cars despite enticing discounts on used EVs. Over the past year, the electric vehicle market has witnessed a significant decrease in second-hand EV values. An influx of used electric vehicles into the market, combined with price reductions by manufacturers, has led to substantial depreciation in their prices. According to Kevin Roberts, Director of Insights and Analytics for CarGurus, the reductions in both new and used EV prices have created a unique market dynamic. As with any speculative bubble, demand is the driving force. When demand stalls, as it has in the EV market, the cracks in the bubble begin to show. The electric vehicle bubble seems to have burst ahead of expectations because, despite being hailed as the cars of the future, EVs have encountered practical challenges. Many drivers who purchased electric vehicles in recent years are finding them to be less practical and more costly than initially anticipated. Electric vehicles are still not suitable for long-range driving, and their maintenance requirements have surprised some owners. These realizations have prompted some EV owners to consider selling their cars, even at the cost of significant financial losses. The U.S. government has been keen to promote electric vehicles aggressively, setting ambitious targets to transition to clean energy and reduce emissions. The White House's goal is for up to half of all new vehicle sales to be electric by 2030. However, despite attractive tax credits available to owners of new and used electric vehicles, Americans seem skeptical about the benefits of owning an EV. A recent poll by the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago found that nearly half of Americans, 47%, consider it unlikely that they would purchase an electric vehicle as their next car. The lack of charging infrastructure and the perception of high costs were cited as the main barriers to adopting electric vehicles. In line with this, less than 10% of car buyers bought an electric vehicle in the past year, according to Go Banking rates. Part of the challenge in the electric vehicle market is the cost associated with battery technology. Electric cars rely on lithium-ion batteries, which are expensive to produce. Since 2020, lithium prices have seen significant increases, adding to the cost of manufacturing electric vehicles. Additionally, other battery technologies, such as solid-state batteries, are still undergoing trials before they are introduced to the market. This means that the cost of replacing an electric car's battery remains substantial, running into thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. While the federal government has invested $7.5 billion in EV charging infrastructure, as detailed in President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure deal, challenges remain. Finding an available and functioning charging location in the United States can still be a challenge. Of the 56,256 charging stations identified by the Alternative Fuels Data Center, over 4,000 were temporarily unavailable due to maintenance. Charging stations are also unevenly distributed, with the majority concentrated in states like California. The decline of the EV market follows a period during which buyers rushed to acquire these novel vehicles without fully understanding the long-term implications. Similar to the trend in traditional gasoline-powered cars, demand for electric vehicles outpaced supply, depleting inventories and creating a fear of missing out. However, the current disillusionment among EV owners is resulting in a glut of used electric vehicles entering the market. Over the past year, we've witnessed not only a decline in used electric vehicle prices, but also significant depreciation. Kevin Roberts of CarGurus pointed out that while used vehicle prices had started to come down, the price reductions for used electric vehicles from manufacturers like Tesla and Ford were having a compounding effect. This situation represents a remarkable turn of events. The car market is entering a period of significant transformation. While traditional vehicles are seeing a slowdown in price growth and increased affordability concerns, the electric vehicle market is grappling with its own set of challenges. The electric electric vehicle bubble has burst sooner than expected, as practical considerations and market dynamics have come into play. Staying informed and making wise decisions when purchasing a new car is essential as we navigate these uncertain waters. Thank you for taking the time to explore the complexities of the evolving car market with us. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you have found the video informative. Also, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below.